We're about to break down a single sentence. Yeah, just one. But this is no ordinary sentence. Think of it more like a complete blueprint, a set of instructions so incredibly precise it can build an entire world from scratch, all starting with just a few words.
So that's the big question, right? How in the world do you pack enough detail, enough direction, and, well, enough style into just a handful of words to create a perfect animated graphic? Let's dive in and see how it's done.
And here it is. This is our blueprint. It's a lot, I know, but notice the flow. It starts big with the camera angle, animated top-down. Then, wham, it hits you with these super specific measurements, like length 91.4 meters. And it doesn't stop there. It even sets the entire vibe with sporty, educational style. You see, it's not just a description, it's more like a command sequence. So let's break it down piece by piece.
Okay, first things first. We've got to lay the foundation. You can't add all the cool details until you've built the stage, right? So this first part of the prompt is all about establishing the basic shape and size of our world.
The very first phrase, animated top-down view, is absolutely crucial. It's the opening shot. It tells us exactly what our perspective is. We're not watching from the sidelines. We're floating above the action, looking straight down. It gives us this perfect, unobstructed, almost godlike view of the entire playing field.
And then, boom, the first hard number. The prompt immediately defines the longest boundary of our space. The total length is exactly 91.4 meters. Just like that, the first wall of our foundation is in place. It's all built one precise measurement at a time.
And right on its heels comes the second key dimension, 55 meters for the width. So think about it, with just two numbers, our entire playing field is perfectly framed. We've gone from a totally blank canvas to a defined rectangle in just a few words. That's the power of being precise.
So, with our boundaries all set, the prompt starts to fill in the really important details. And these aren't just random lines, oh no. These are the critical zones, the areas that actually define the rules of the game.
First up is the shooting circle. Now, if you know field hockey, you know this D shape is everything. You absolutely cannot score a goal if you're outside of this area. It's a fundamental rule of the game, and this line defines it.
And here's the number that makes it official. The prompt specifies that this circle is exactly 14.63 meters from the goal line. This isn't just a rough estimate. It's the exact official measurement. To get this right, you have to be precise. There's no room for error.
Next, we have the penalty spot. It might just be a tiny little mark on the pitch, but oh man, it's a huge deal. This is where all the drama of a one-on-one penalty stroke happens. And again, its exact position is critical.
And our blueprint gives us that exact position, 6.4 meters from the goal. This is what's so cool. The prompt isn't just listing numbers for fun. It's actually building the rules of the game directly into the visual design.
Okay, so the pitch is all measured and marked out, but our blueprint is far from finished. Now we get to shift gears from the what to the how. This is the part where we go from a simple diagram to a polished, professional-looking animation. This is all about the style.
Let's look at these. Clean white lines on turf gives us that nice texture and clarity. Subtle ruler overlays. That's a clever touch, right? It visually confirms the measurements and really leans into that educational feel. And finally, smooth camera glide. That's what makes it feel dynamic, like we're taking a tour, not just looking at a static image. Each one of these phrases adds another layer of polish.
And this last phrase, this is the secret sauce. It's like the creative director's final note for the entire project. It's our North Star. Every single choice, from the font to the timing of the animation, has to serve this one idea. It has to feel energetic and athletic, but at the same time, it needs to be super clear and informative. The whole soul of the animation is captured in just 3 little words.
So let's just pull back for a second and look at the whole process. We just watched a single, dense sentence get unpacked step by step to build a complete visual world, a world with its own rules, its own dimensions, and its own distinct style.
And the flow, as you can see, is just perfectly logical. You start with the big picture, the view, then you build the frame with the dimensions, you add the critical markings inside, and finally you apply that last layer of polish, the style. Each step builds on the one before it. It's really a masterclass in clear, sequential instruction, going from the most general idea all the way down to the specifics.
And that really leaves us with a final thought. We just saw an entire world, a field hockey pitch, down to the centimeter, get created from just a handful of words.
That is the power of precise language. So if one single sentence can build a world with this much detail and clarity, it really makes you wonder, what incredible, complex, and beautiful blueprints will we be writing tomorrow?